やれやれだぜ。
Welcome to Weldon's debate team. Today we are going to be looking at whether or not pork chops can be considered a snack. Today we have the pros and the cons. Let me just do it.
Pro!
Yeah! We just know we're right, so we don't have to do anything to hype ourselves up.
Or we're just more fun.
So today's a very serious topic. Are pork chops a snack?
Objection, no they're not.
There is a format in which we are going to be following. We're going to start with the pro side. They get 2 minutes on the clock, and then it will go to the con side, and you will have 2 minutes on the clock. You
That's 2 minutes of our lives.
You should introduce your statement and then give examples. Then it will go back to the pro side to challenge and rebut your ideas, and vice versa, each having 2 minutes. Third will be a rapid fire where you will combat each other with facts and other interesting topics. And finally, you'll be summarizing your opinion with 1 minute on the clock, and each side will have their time. So, with that in mind, we will be starting with the pro side, and we will have 2 minutes. Two minutes on the clock. Your time starts now.
Thank you for the lovely interruption. Anyways, what I was going to be saying is that pork chops are in fact a snack. According to Wikipedia, pancakes, chicken nuggets, donuts, crepes, soup, fried fish, dried squid, omelets, jerky, oysters, and even cereal with milk is considered a snack. The definition of a snack is a small amount of food eaten between meals. When you cut up pork chops, what happens? I'm pretty sure it gets a bit smaller.
Oh yeah, it does.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh wait, does that make it a snack?
Yeah, because why? Because it is a small amount of food. By definition, is a snack. And some people, they just don't have time to prep food. You just have to snack. Imagine this, you're looking in the fridge and bam! You see a beautiful, yummy pork chop from the night before. You cut it up in strips, maybe even cubes, and eat it with cheese and crackers. It's a snack. Between supper and breakfast, anything can be a snack, and I'm willing to say that right now. Controversial? Maybe, but I'm not afraid to be edgy. Anything you can eat in a short amount of time is a snack, which is everything. Anything can be cut up and eaten in a small amount of time, which means everything is a snack. One way to lose weight and be healthier is to have 8 meals a day. So 8 snacks, like pork chops, is good for you.
Time. All right. So we have con. You have your 2 minutes on the clock to give examples why you believe pork chops are not a snack. Starting.
First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out, even though you guys are going to lose by a lot. So, as you can tell by my shirt, I am con. Well, it's pretty easy to understand why. So basically for pork chops, you have to cook it for I'm pretty sure 15 to 20 minutes. And so with snacks, it usually takes around 5 minutes or less to create, and then another 5 minutes to eat, right?
No.
No?
Objection.
But you can't
I don't
object.
think it's
You're
your
going
turn right
to
now.
get up to
Yeah.
that right now.
Overruled.
Can I have an additional 20 seconds now?
Sure.
Because they wasted my time.
Yes, you have 20 extra seconds.
So basically, if you're trying to eat a pork chop, it has a lot of fat, it has a lot of things. You can't just rip into that with your teeth. I mean, you can, but you're probably going to damage your teeth. So you're going to use a fork, and you're probably going to use a meat knife. As soon as you have to use utensils, really that doesn't make it a snack anymore, because you're taking extra effort into making and eating them, right? A snack is like chips, you use your hands. You can use your hands for snacks, right? With carrot sticks. And for example, with pork chops, for the cutting up argument, right? You guys are saying that you're taking it from the night before, right? So that doesn't make it a snack because it was a meal before. You're just making it smaller.
I still don't believe it is your turn, peasant.
It's still.
You have 10 more seconds. You have 10 more added seconds for their interruption.
Okay, so it was prepared the night before, and it's still considered a meal because it was a meal when you made it, and it's still a meal now, no matter how small you make it, because you still have to cut it up to make it like that, and you're not using your hands necessarily with proper manners to eat it like that.
And that is time. All right, so now it goes to the pro side, and you're going to directly rebut their arguments.
All right, yeah, I know exactly what's
And you have 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay, you said pork chops are gonna damage teeth. Man, we've been on this earth for a very long time. That's why our teeth are sharp. We used to be carnivores.
They're called canines.
Yeah, anyways, bodybuilders, what do? They eat lots of food, like in big portions. So when they want a snack, they cut down their portions, which would mean that a single pork chop would be declared as a snack.
And may I also say that the amount of time it takes to prepare a meal does not matter, because as long as it's eaten eaten in between meals and is small enough for a short amount of time, that is a snack. It does not matter, based on the definition and based on all examples given, that it does not matter how long the preparation takes. For example, jerky and bacon and chicken nuggets are considered snacks, and they take a while to prepare.
And like, I've made snacks for like family events, which take in like up to 2 hours, like eggs and stuff like that. It takes a very long time, not 20 minutes.
All foods considered a snack take amount of times. Chips and candies, which was an example you guys said, takes a while to prepare. The only rebuttal I can see you guys making is that the chips you can buy like that. However, if you get pork chops from a mother or a family member, does that not equal the same thing because you did not prepare it yourself and it is already cut up for you now?
Wow! Sorry. There's some gender politics there.
Oh, they're scared. They're scared.
Okay, sorry.
Well, no, because
They're
we're not
not
allowed
Okay,
to
so,
answer you
yeah,
guys.
they're not allowed to answer.
Because we're not
Time?
interrupting
All
you
right.
guys'
Okay,
arguments.
hold on.
Yes.
You
So-
kept,
Polite.
you kept putting cards in front of me, so I literally missed out on half of what you said.
I
What
heard
did you
it.
say?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why I'm
so
What
you're
did we
going-
say?
You
We
are
won.
going to
We had
rebut.
30 seconds to come up with
Yep,
an argument,
okay,
right?
yep.
A few moments later.
All right, so the con side is prepared and they have 2 minutes on the clock.
So as you have said, you don't think we can rebuttal. Well, I think we can. Because when you say that, oh, your mom made it for you, does that still count it as a snack? No, it does not. Because as you see, the time was still put into it to make it. Just because you didn't make it doesn't mean it's suddenly a snack. Going off your point with athletes eating smaller portions, it was still in its general mass when they cut it up. When they cut it up, it just spreads out the portions. It doesn't decrease from the overall mass or the size of the pork chop before it was cut up. But also with athletes, they are doing strenuous physical activity so many hours a day, and so therefore they're not technically snacking, they're just eating meals that are more spaced out throughout the day. Meals are not snacks. Snacks are meant to be a small portion that you eat between meals. What the am I saying?
Okay, so what you're trying to say is that snacks.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So we're saying that your guys are making this portion sizes smaller and smaller, but in the original pork chop, it was originally cooked and made, but you're just making it smaller and smaller to be spread out throughout the day, right? So athletes might be using it to have in between, because when you're doing multiple activities, you don't want to have a full 5-course meal. You want to have a small meal, right? So you need to replenish your energy, you need to replenish your nutrients and everything so that you can complete your activities while not going to vomit right away.
All right, and that's time. It is time for the rapid fire round. Each side gets to respond and rapid fire with no organizational thoughts needed whatsoever.
May we start?
It's rapid.
How do you-
So we're just like throwing
So
it
you
back
guys did not bring up the fact that when I mentioned potatoes, for example, you do not have a potato as a snack. However, potato chips are now considered a snack because the process had gone through them. The AKA time had gone through them. AKA when you said that it doesn't matter what time it goes through. Potato chips take a while to make. You gotta like deep fry. I don't know the process of it, but there's a lot to go into it. Therefore, it doesn't matter the amount of time. You guys have not rebutted the fact that when I say the definition of a snack is a small portion of food in between a meal. That is a snack. You can have 3 pieces of pork chop in a small amount of time in between meals. And also, Cameron, I think my friend Jade here would have a question for you.
I have a quote from you. It says, "Everything is a snack if you are brave enough."
Did you not say this in class? Did you or did you not say this? Is it not written on the board with your
He
handwriting?
is confused. He is corrupting his own group. He's collapsing. We're-
Let us have quiet in the court. Cameron, answer this, please.
Yes, Cameron.
I was just trying to make a
Jack,
joke.
that's not helping.
It was a joke,
Oh, a joke, of course.
but it's quoted in your name.
Yeah, we have it. Like, it's
I don't believe this
everywhere.
debate can be taken as a joke, Cameron.
Well, I made the joke before this debate was a thing.
Cameron, you seem
did
to be
not.
agreeing with
this
their
debate
side.
has
I'm
been
not-
going since the start of
Would you like to
school.
go and
It's
join
not
their
a
side?
snack, though. I know it's not a snack.
It is a snack.
Okay,
But you said that
But the
everything could be a
quote could
snack.
mean like if like
Which
you
is
can
not
eat a
something
bag
that
of
our-
bricks
This
if
is
you want.
very interesting, all of you, but we're not debating whether or not he is quoting himself.
But I'm
we're not
afraid to
debating
say-
that. We are
I'm
debating.
afraid to say that your member of your seat
Let me
Like
speak.
is
We're
on
trying
your
to
side, and
debate,
I'm afraid to say
and
that
so
someone
you
on
can't
your
talk
side
over
will
me,
leave.
right?
That's
Because
right.
I had
But-
my
This
start.
is rapid time. We can say
It's
what we
okay.
want.
It's okay, fellas.
I
fellas, it's
have
okay.
something I would like to say.
And so I would also like to mention that Mr. Este, our new principal, had also agreed with us. And I'm just sure that a
But
very
can you
educated
really
man, a
agree
very
with any, like,
I do also
rumors?
believe that the principal does not
He's an
overthrow the
educated
government, and the
man.
government says that pork chops are not a snack.
This is
because
Hufflepuff.
governments have allowed restaurants to serve them as meals. If they were
Yes, but
snacks, they would be the
oysters
side
and squids
dishes.
are also considered snacks in their stores.
Squids are not.
Donald Trump eats like 2 Big Macs a day. Like
Well, who
Okay,
cares
well,
about
the government is not a
A
like,
Big Mac is not technically a snack.
We're not talking about Big Macs, we're talking about pork chops.
We are debating whether or not pork chops are a snack, not whether or not Donald Trump eats 2 Big Macs a day,
I have
or
to
whether or
apologize
not
for the other
Cameron
team's
did it.
behavior. This
So
is
can we
unacceptable.
please
I cannot
quiet
believe this is
down,
happening right now.
all of us, because we are trying to be organized. We are
I'm
trying
sorry,
to be
we are
professional.
all organized, but you are the one screaming, and I don't think that's
I
very
screamed
appropriate.
because you were yelling over us.
We weren't. It's
And
rapid
so-
fire, and you
yes,
are not
we
answering our
are.
questions. At
1 minute.
We
We did
Cameron
answer.
is a corrupt individual who is on your team, and you are supporting him on your team.
I'm not
All right, you
supporting
should get
him.
back to your seat.
I am not
Exactly.
corrupt.
Very
Okay,
corrupt. You
can we
cannot
please
answer.
By the way, my duty got canceled today.
Award.
It was a great day.
Yeah, you
If you
just
see
missed
the
a war,
evidence, the one
I
team
know.
started screaming, and one team was
Like,
very
have a
composed
chat.
and sitting.
That's
I screamed once
They
to
got-
quiet everyone
they
because
got
they
me by the
started
balls.
yelling.
All right,
and
we're good.
it worked.
I apologize. I apologize for my absence. I had duty.
How unprofessional, Judge.
they're laughing. That shows weakness.
What?
They're not.
We
That
shall
shows no
continue
emotion.
now that my duty is post with canceled. Thankfully, the CAF was closed. All right, we shall continue with the rapid fire round. You have, we're gonna
A
put 2
minute.
minutes, 2 more minutes on the
minute.
clock so that we can have all your gloriousness.
So Olga, could you please repeat your point?
Of course. In your entire thing, you did not bring up the fact that we had rebuttal of that it doesn't matter how much time is put into a snack because, as I've said, potatoes, not a snack. I can agree on that with you. I can agree that maybe spoke too soon and maybe I got a little too excited and I said everything was a snack. We can get on the same side. Potatoes, maybe not. However, potato chips, absolutely. And that takes time and that takes effort. So the amount of time put into a snack does not matter. And also, I would like to say that when you cut up something to make it a snack, you do not eat the whole thing. Bacon is considered a snack, jerky, and you do not eat the whole bag. You do not eat a whole bag of chips as a snack, and you might think so, and I think you're getting a little crazy there.
I do, but sorry.
However,
So-
however,
something I'm proud
however,
of.
if I may rebuttal that point,
Of course.
a pork chop
Yes.
is usually a single portion.
Yep.
Beef jerky and all those things in a bag, those are a bunch of different portions. It's not quite coming from one source. It's coming from a bunch of different sources all put together into one compact bag.
Explain.
A pork chop is still technically one source, therefore it is not a snack.
No, there's multiple
because
pork chops.
it is not usually in a bag, and it is not usually made. And it is not usually made. I forgot my train of thought. Of course.
But however, the amount of things is the same. If we have, for example, 12 chicken nuggets,
You
that's
don't-
probably going to equal the amount of pork chops that you're going to have
And
as
you,
a snack.
you don't buy
No,
one
the 12
pork
chicken
chop. You
nuggets
buy
is
like
considered a
12.
meal.
So like if you're not gonna eat 12 pork chops. So if you have some left over, why can't you snack on it?
Just as a little, like, you have it in like a glass
you-
container,
like,
you take a bit.
You have a family
Snack.
dinner. There's 12 pork chops. You eat 11 of them. There's one left. You get home from school. You can't snack on it without like snacking.
Wait, hold up. Are you eating all 11 of them, or
No,
like
family.
your family?
I said
Okay.
family dinner.
Yeah,
Like,
but you said
we-
you ate
I said
it,
we
so
ate. I said we.
I'm just clarifying.
If I may say something, a snack, it's supposed to be like something like fill you up, not to fill you up, to like kind of hold you over till like the next meal.
A single pork chop's gonna fill you up.
Yeah, a pork
Yeah.
chop is meant.
You don't even have to eat the whole
One pork chop.
This is what we're trying to say. We're trying to say the
Yeah,
whole pork chop
I
is
can
not
eat a
going
cow,
into a
man.
snack.
But
Like you could eat at different parts of the day. Like
Not
you
lying.
have
It's
to-
but no rational
Skin it and I would eat its
no
leg.
It's
rational
not a whole
portion.
it's not a whole pork chop. It's not a whole bag of chips. It's not a whole bag of jerky. It's not a whole oyster.
I love
It's
Cameron.
little things
But
about it.
like,
However,
not the
if
entire box of
I may bring up a point.
Of course.
There's quite a difference in the toppings depending on pork chops and snacks. Usually, if somebody were to take, say, French fries, if you were to say that those were a snack, you can dip them in ketchup, you can dip them in sauce.
No.
Pork chops have gravy.
Cheese
That
and
is
crackers. You don't need gravy.
And that is time. So now we will have your summarizing points. You should not be adding anything new, but restating your position and your main and most important points. We're going to go to the pro side to start.
Thank you.
You have 1 minute on the clock.
In conclusion, pork chops are a snack, and I believe this because A, they can be eaten in short amount of times and cut up. B, by definition, they are considered a snack according to Wikipedia and other sources online. And C, so many other foods can be considered snacks, so I don't see why we have to make this extension on pork chops. Thank you.
All right, very timely. Now we will have the summarizing, concluding thoughts from the con side. Again, you're going to restate your main points, but not adding any new statements to your conclusion. 1 minute is on the clock.
In conclusion, we decide that pork chops are not in fact a snack. We believe this because A, it takes a lot of time and effort to create the meal that is a pork chop. B, cutting up a pork chop does not change the fact that it was originally a meal, and it still is a meal. Just changing the size does nothing. And C, would you guys like to add anything? No. No?
I think I'm good.
And that was very timely as well. And that concludes our Masters of Debate.
Lita.
Okay, you decide who won the debate. Are you for pro side, stating that pork chops are in fact a snack, or are you with the con side that pork chops under any circumstances will never be considered a snack?
I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna go for a snack. I think I might get a pork chop. You wanna come?
That's
You guys wanna all go get pork chops for snacks?
I think I might be the
All right, then I'm like,
Things about you getting
you decide, you vote.
We'll make you win.
We're gonna win!
No, we're not.
Yeah, they said it. You heard it right
Why
here.
did you say
All right.
that?
Now.
Imagine just grabbing someone to that.
She needs to get outside to a place with no tree cover.